Shambling Emerge is a piece I wrote for Cluster 5, the ensemble in residence this year at Gaudeamus. And Cluster 5 has a very specific lineup, you could say, and two instruments in there I wanted to give more or less a solo role. First of all, the electric guitar, also due to my background. So what I did for the guitar, I made a very specific tuning for the instrument, which is rather microtonal and hard to follow. It's very difficult for the guitarist actually to play because the whole idea of playing the instrument and what it actually sounds like is completely separated from a regular instrument. By listening to a jazz piano solo played by a very famous Dutch jazz pianist, Misha Mengelberg. He passed away recently, but before he passed away he was suffering Alzheimer a lot. And he had a very famous group, the Instant Composers Pool. There was a gathering of the ICP in a Bimhuis in Amsterdam, and there was a video shot by somebody who saw Misha Mengelberg, although he couldn't really recognize anyone anymore, is going to the piano and starting a little piano solo. And although he didn't recognize any faces anymore, you could still hear this background of a jazz pianist, although it was completely shattered. And there is a very beautiful moment in this video because all of a sudden the little daughter of the bass player of the ICP steps up. I think she's around like 4 years old. And she goes to Misha Mengelberg and she's trying at least to play the bass side of the piano. So all of a sudden there is a quatre mains between a very old man, almost eaten by Alzheimer, with a 4-year-old girl at the beginning of her life, completely naive. And this music, when I heard it, it was so incredibly touching because it's so pure. It's not in any sense influenced by what we know from music history. And I thought I have to do something with this. What I did is I put a headphone on and wrote it out completely, both the part of the girl and the part of Misha Mengelberg, and that is actually the solo that Tim is playing at the end of the piece. I used little snippets from this solo in order to create the whole piece. Well, the video I was talking about between Misha Mengelberg and this little girl is a must-see almost. I think even after listening to the piece, it could be a nice reference to look to this video, and it's just on YouTube, you can find it there. And maybe a last kind of note to it is that Shambling Emerge, which of course is kind of tied to the emergence of this little girl while he was already playing, is also an anagram of Misha Mengelberg. If you fuzz around with the letters of Misha Mengelberg, you can create the words Shambling Emerge.